guys, thanks for joining me on Daliso Sports Show. The Premier League is back, and our first game is going to be Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest, which is an early kickoff. Arsenal's last game, unfortunately, they lost to Liverpool. So it's going to be one of those games where Arsenal will really need to win this match. But I do not see at what point, even with their new manager, Nottingham Forest, about a new manager, they sacked Espirito Santos, and they've got former Tottenham manager who has taken over, Ange Postecoglou. So we take, he comes to Arsenal with this new team, and the predicted lineup. Let me use Live Score to see what they're predicting. Arsenal, of course, will go David Raya in goal. The predicted lineup has got Julian Timber, Mosquera, Magalhaes, and Calafiori. You have to remember, in the Liverpool match, Saliba limped off quite early in that game, and Mosquera came in and he was very solid. Honestly, really like this guy. Another player, I think, who's going to prove very pivotal in the season for Arsenal. Midfield, Merino, who had a fantastic international break, scoring a hat-trick the other day for Spain. And then Zubimendi, Rice in midfield. I really do not like this midfield. I don't think it helps Arsenal at all, because, in big games, it's going to cost. I don't think there's enough creativity running through that middle. And they're expecting Noni Madueke, Gyökeres, and Eze to start as well. But yeah, I would obviously prefer to see Martin Odegaard in there and Saka in there. Those are probably our most creative players as Arsenal, but they are predicting they're not going to start. So yeah, let me tell you. So our injury and suspension list. So Bukayo Saka's got a hamstring strain. He's going to be out about 3 to 4 weeks. I saw some images of him training the other day, so he's running around, but they really need to protect his hamstring, especially now that we have got some backup for him. We can afford to rest him a bit longer, especially a game at Nottingham Forest. I don't think it is the most challenging game. Norgard, new player, he hasn't had a chance to play for us in the Premier League. He's out injured, whatever injury it is. Kai Havertz had a surgery. Saliba ankle injury, and then Jesus, of course, I don't even talk about him, because what's the point? He hasn't played for 3 seasons, has he, in the grand scheme of things. Let's have a look at the predicted team for Nottingham Forest. Matt Sales, Morato in defense with Murillo, Milankovic, and Nico Williams. Not the Nico Williams you're thinking about. This is the defender. Elliot Anderson and Sangare in midfield. Odoi, Kalamotson Odoi, Morgan Gibbs-White, and Dan Ndoye. And then Chris Wood up front. I don't think Chris Wood will give our Arsenal that much trouble, personally. Let's have a look at the head-to-head. So overall, Arsenal have won 6 times, drawn once, and Nottingham Forest have beat Arsenal 3 times. The last few times. So last season, away in Nottingham, it was a draw. At Arsenal, we beat them 3-0. Then Arsenal beat them in the previous season, home and away. So yeah, it's looking like an Arsenal win all the way through. I am really looking forward to see how we recover from the Liverpool match. I think the Liverpool match is one of those matches that, like I said, it was such a big match that we had no choice but to sort of swallow it. It would have been nice if we had beat Liverpool, even luckily. I probably would have been a lot more enthusiastic about the rest of the season. But yeah, it really, really sort of like knocked me back a little bit. Even, strategically, it did not show Arsenal to be forward thinking. We are still playing defense. I think Arteta doesn't believe that we're as good as Liverpool. But yeah, let's focus on beating the teams that we can beat. Then we can go ahead to the other teams as it goes. So let's do a roundup of the other games that are going to be happening on Saturday. So Bournemouth are taking on Brighton. These are 2 teams that are sort of like quite matched, I think. came into the Premier League similar time. For me, they're very similar teams. I enjoy watching both these teams separately. Even when they play Arsenal, it's usually a clean, decent game to watch. It's going to be a good game. Crystal Palace, Sunderland. Crystal Palace should be able to win this, but they have lost a few players. They've kept McGay. He hopefully, it's a shame he didn't get a move that he wanted. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I can go for a Palace win. But you have to remember Sunderland have shored up that midfield with Xhaka used to be Arsenal captain. I think he has made a good impression, and Sunderland have had some pretty good wins recently. So I wouldn't be shocked if there was a surprise there. But I still think Crystal Palace will have enough to not lose to Sunderland. Everton versus Aston Villa, another team, Moyes. Oh, they've got Jack Grealish, Everton. He has been doing really well. And he'll be pivotal if he's fit. He'll be pivotal. He turned, I think, 30 the other day, and he really, I think, needs to have a season. Like one of those performance-defining seasons. Like one of these seasons, because he's moved from Manchester City. I think for me was a little bit embarrassing for him because he went to Manchester City for crazy money, and he seemed to be partying more than he was playing, and that doesn't really look good. But he has been amazing for Everton. He has been involved in every game they have played so far. The last 3 games he has I think he's leading on the assist stats, so it's going to be great for him if he does a job here. Aston Villa do not look so good. 3rd season, Unai Emery doesn't seem to have, that thing he had the last season. He has struggled. Some of the performances Aston Villa have been putting in, not so great. Right. Fulham versus Leeds. Exciting teams. Fulham, a team I don't hate because they're not really a threat. They bring out some great, results here and there. But I think playing against Leeds, they'll just relax into it after international breaks. A lot of people are on international break, but I'll go for Fulham. Leeds have been really disappointing. They get drubbed. They get beat, I think, everywhere they go at the moment. Newcastle United versus Wolves. I'm going for a Newcastle win. They have lost Isak, but I think that loss has sort of, Newcastle are a team of very proud fans. Their fans are so proud, honestly. And that move from Isak was really horrendous and very, very just a bit tacky. It was a bit tacky, but anyway, he's gone now. He's playing, hopefully, for a team that he prefers to play for. And we'll see what happens. So Newcastle win for me there. And then for West Ham United versus Tottenham Hotspur, West Ham United have been trash. They have been really poor. Tottenham Hotspurs, they look like they had come back, but then they put in a crazy performance the other day. So yeah, this could be a draw. 2-2 draw. Brentford Chelsea is the late game Saturday. And this is going to be very interesting for me because I do like watching Brentford, though I did like them, but Mbeumo has moved away. They've lost a few players. Chelsea look to have shored up. Chelsea do not perform very well away from home at the moment, I don't think. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's see if we've got a predicted lineup for Chelsea. The predicted lineup for Chelsea, Garnacho is even in there. Yeah, some of Chalobah, Enzo Fernandez. I like Enzo. I like Pedro Neto, Cucurella. That left wing is dangerous. They could win it. And Brentford, let's have a look at Brentford. Sade, I remember him. Damsgaard, Ouattara. Yeah, not bad front line. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm really looking forward to watching this game. I think it's going to be a very interesting game. Chelsea need not to drop points. I think they even need a win. But Brentford have been known to put up a good performance. Let's see what their stats are head to head. Last season, at Brentford, it was a draw 0-0. At Stamford Bridge, Chelsea beat them narrowly 2-1. Then season before, it was a draw, 2-2, and then Brentford beat Chelsea 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. So yeah, it's not going to be an easy game for Chelsea to be interesting, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah, let me know what you think about some of these games over the weekend. And let's see Sunday games. I'm not going to go through the Sunday games just now. Let's watch the Saturday games because on Sunday I'm going to do probably a more in-depth look at Burnley, Liverpool, as well as Manchester City, Manchester United. That's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Right. Let me know what you think. I am looking forward to this weekend. I am going for an Arsenal win because I think Arsenal need to get the 3 points against Nottingham Forest. And then I will see you guys soon for the fight, especially between Canelo and Terence Crawford. That's going to be a banger, you guys. I will be seeing you for that one. Thank you so much and good day, good night, whatever. Bye bye.